Hey Sabrina, how are you? It's so funny because it says like on my thing it says 8 people, but it's showing so many more people that have joined. I guess it's just slow going on here. Everything's good. I'm glad it's going good for you. I got some food because I'm hungry, so I was like, I can't. Whenever you get these wraps from Dunkin', you can't eat them later because they taste horrible. They get like cold. So I'm going to eat while I do this live really quick. Hi, Mike. How are you, Mike? Don't mind me. What's going on, everybody? Aw. This is what I always get from Dunkin'. I get the bacon, egg, and cheese wake-up wrap. If I get food. Because normally I don't get food. I'll just get a drink. So, you can't really make a wrong decision. You can't really make a wrong decision because it's when you make a decision, just say, I know I made the right decision, because everything you want is done, and there's so many different ways you can get to it. There's so many different ways your unfolding can happen. It's really just about finding relief in this moment and making the best of this moment. That's it. So just know that you can't make a wrong decision. There are no wrong decisions because nothing has meaning. So always go back to that. Like, go back to the basics of nothing has meaning here. The decision I'm making right now is the best decision. You can never make a mistake. The only thing that matters is that you're finding peace in this very single moment. The thing about this is you have to do these practices. You have to do these releasing resistance practices, these relaxing practices, and eventually you have a mindset shift to where you see things more positively. But at first you're perceiving things as negative because of your conditioning and your programming. So you just don't think things are working out for you. And the more you do these types of practices, and you do them with everything in your experience, these relaxing practices and, you know, just all the things I talk about, settling yourself down, meditating and all that, what happens is eventually your whole world, you see your whole world differently. You see everything as an opportunity to move you towards more, that nobody's out to get you, that nobody's trying to hurt you, that everything's moving you towards best and better, your manifestations and just your best life in general. And it's really understanding that your path is going to look different than everybody else's because your life is different than everybody else's. You can never compare yourself to anyone. Because you're going to think that you're not where you're supposed to be when you're comparing. But you are exactly where you're supposed to be all the time. And this moment and accepting it is what's really going to get you to where you actually want to be, what you think is this desire that's so far from you, quicker, right? So you really just want to continue doing my practices. Continue doing them because they're going to get you to a place where you're going to have shakeups in your experience, guys. You are going to have things that you think are horrible, but when you learn how to not react to them, and you can react at first, but when you learn how to settle yourself down, you're going to slowly start to see the big picture of it. You're going to slowly start to get calmer and kinder in that moment and say, wait a minute, nobody's actually trying to hurt me. Nothing's actually trying to hurt me. This is actually a great opportunity for me to move towards more of what I want. Hi, Linda. I seen your message that you got my hoodie today. I'm waiting for Mayan to come in. It's good quality. I know. I wear it all the time. I literally always wear this hoodie. Does that make sense, of what I just said to you? Does that make sense? How, like, at first we don't see things as working for us. We don't. We're just saying it over and over again. Like, everything's always working out for me. And then something bad happens and we're like, oh my God, my whole life's falling apart. Why is this happening to me, right? But if you would settle yourself down enough and keep settling, you would actually see that everything's always working out for you. Well, there's a lot of things you can do, Christy, to stand up for yourself, because you're just using those moments. My thing is you're just using those moments as an opportunity to calm yourself down. So when you think somebody's being mean to you, they're not. It's because you're perceiving it as that still. You're still sensitive. You're still in lower energies. That's the only reason why. Because that's where your mindset is still. You're still in those, like, oh my gosh, they're out to get me. They're hurting me. They're being mean to me. So you're just using that as an opportunity to calm yourself down in that moment. If you can get yourself calm enough and it feels better to say to them, you can say something, you can respond if that feels better for you, if that relieves some resistance. I don't really care what you guys say. People always say, what can I say? I just want you to change your mindset to more positive. So that's what my practices get you to. When you're in a positive mindset, you, number one, probably won't even attract that situation. Number two, you won't see it as them attacking you. You'll see it totally different. You'll settle yourself down real quick, get calm, and you'll see it completely different. So for me, I know it seems big. I know it seems like they're mean, and I understand you're just like taking it personally in that moment. But I just want you to use it to your advantage, just to keep calming yourself down, just to keep relaxing your body, just to keep reminding yourself everything's working out for you. You're better off not saying anything because you're still getting good at these practices, right? You're still practicing this. Thanks, Ruby. And hi, Ruby. Hi, Cole. No way, Linda. I love it, Linda. I need to be paid. So it's up. Christy, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I just tell you how this all works. That's all. You get to do whatever you want. You want to say something, you want to speak up, and I'm just saying that nobody's really out to get you. This is just an old story playing out. Handle it however you want. But my practices are keep staying quiet, calm, and relaxed in your body, continuously doing over and over again. And again, you'll start to realize nobody's trying to hurt you. This is just an old story playing out. That's all it is. Keep reacting to it. You'll keep having these types of situations. Keep talking about it. You keep having these types of situations. So you really have to just practice calming yourself down. In that moment, say whatever you want. Get yourself to as calm as you can. Get really calm. You can say whatever you want, but if you start arguing, you're just keeping it active. You have to find a way to deactivate it and come from a calmer place. So I don't really care what anybody does. I'm just here if you want to change your mindset and start moving towards your best life, your most abundant timeline, that's where I come into play. So my practices are, Ruby, oh, you just popped in. I just kind of got on, Ruby. I was just talking about how what you're doing with my practices is you're changing your mindset to more positive. You get yourself in higher energies, and then you start to see everything's always working out for you, even when you feel like something's not. you're able to see it differently, but it takes practice. So you got to do these practices, my practices, for a while, for a good bit of time, so you can have that complete mindset shift in your experience, and then you start to see everything's actually working for you. Yeah, so like, it's really about practicing going with the flow and knowing that nothing's trying to get you, nothing's trying to hurt you. You're just in lower energy, so that's all you can perceive in those moments. When you're in lower energies and you think someone's attacking you or being mean to you, that's because you're in those energies, right? So the more you use that moment to your advantage and just stay calm and relax your body, you're going to start gradually moving out of those lower energies. So that's why I always say, like, we use everything in our life, everything in our experience to do these types of practices. Calming practices, relaxing practices, just softening your body in those moments, not panicking in those moments. It's okay if you do panic. It's okay if you do react. Just keep relaxing your body. Keep settling yourself down. These unfavorable moments, these circumstances are very scary. Trust you me. I've been there time and time again. They're very scary, but they get less and less scary the more you do these practices. So eventually, guys, you don't have much contrast anymore. In the beginning, you're having a lot of contrast. You're on a roller coaster ride. And then for me, in my experience, it was almost like I had one last big one. But I was so good at these practices that I did react a little, and I did get upset, but I was able to really just get calm and keep getting calm. And it was something that kept playing out a lot in my experience. It was an old dominant story. And eventually, by doing these practices, I had that mindset shift in that moment. I seen it as, I did it at first. I had the practice and I was like, oh wait, this is working for me. Everything's working for you. So it was like that one thing after doing all my practices for so long. I had one last thing, and it wasn't huge to where people say like your whole life has to fall apart. No, not when you're doing it my way. It doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, you're inside, you may feel that way, but it's not reflecting that yet, because you got a handle on it now, because you've done these practices for a while. So it's really about you getting a handle on it. So you don't have that whole thing where you lose your home or you lose your car, or you don't have that with my techniques, because you get to a point where everything's always literally working out for you. You're in flow with life. You are a positive person and you see everything as positive. When you start seeing everything as positive, you can only get positive back. That's what my practices get you to, that point in your experience. Yes, yeah. So exactly, Ruby, all those things. I don't get into the science of it. I don't get into like the subconscious mind. I know it all plays a part in it. I just give out my practices, and this is what worked for me. And keep it as simple as I can, make it more practical, and it feels and seems very logical when you do it the ways that I teach. Yeah, there's some magic things, like it seems magical at times when things are happening, synchronicities. The way my life's very synchronistic. My life is very like, it all comes full circle for me, always. Everything comes full circle with my family, with my friends, with my kids. It's like, that's how my life works. It has been working for me. Yes, I do jump into new experiences and cool experiences, but for the most part, everything comes around full circle for me. It's very synchronistic. To me, that's what's fun and exciting. I like that. Like I said, your path is going to look different than someone else's. Never compare yourself to anyone. People would not understand me in my life and how things unfolded for me. Actually, nobody does. Even like, I love my fam. We're all so close. I love everybody in my life. But when I started moving towards things and moving towards what was best for me in that moment, when my life like kind of flipped upside down, people were like, what the heck? Like, they were confused by me. But I knew it was best for me. I knew that was right for me and my family in that moment, right? So like, you can't compare yourself. You can't care what people think. You really got to do these types of practices to really just know that your path is your path, and you cannot many people aren't going to get you. They're not going to understand you. But that's a good thing, that you're trusting your intuition, right? what does it mean when sometimes you want SP and other times you do not? So when people tell me that, like, oh, I want them, I want to get, like, I want to be in this relationship with this person and I don't, to me, you're just not clear. It's you. It's all coming from you. That's your, like, oh, I don't know if I want to be with them. Or do I want to be in this relationship? You're just still not clear yet. So just keep asking for guidance to get more clear. That's all it is. I wouldn't make it more than that. Why make it more than that? That's all it is. Right? Or, like, I mean, you could be doubting that you can have a healthy relationship. You could be, like, still not feeling worthy of it, too. So, keep doing the practices. You'll get more clear. SP means specific person, sincere. Usually, I mean, it can mean anything. It can mean, like, your family. It can mean special person, specific person. It can mean, but I mostly on here, from what I've seen, it's like a relationship, like a partner. Then, hi, Kay. Well, having hatred towards anyone is something that you have to accept that you create it in your experience, because you create your own reality, right? And it's just how you're perceiving it in that moment. You're angry towards them, right? But you're just going to keep yourself in that. So knowing what you know now, like, if I'm hating someone, I'm just going to have those experiences. Do I really want to experience that? Is that what I want to create in my reality? So what you can start doing is take your attention off that person. As much as you can, take your focus off that person and focus on things that you can feel good around. So I would start being kind to people in general. I would start, like, if you have animals, family that you love, going to your grocery stores, your drive-thrus, be so kind to everybody and take your focus off that person that you have anger towards for a while. And then that will start breaking down that story and you'll start seeing them in a different light. But you just got to get love in your heart in general. Right now, you're so focused on that person and you have so much anger on that person. And just understand that when you're angry and you're mad at someone, you're literally giving your power away to them. They're able to have free will in your experience now. We say that people don't have free will. Well, you're giving them free will. When you're angry at someone and you hate someone, you're saying, hey, you can have free will to enter my experience. Literally, you're giving them free will. So take your power back. And I know if it's challenging for you, focus on other things that feel good and take your focus off of them as much as possible. Right? Because I know people don't want to hear that, but it's true. You're giving your power away. I love it, Paige. That's all it's about. It's all it's about. Sorry, I'm eating before this gets cold. The only reason why you're feeling cold, if you're in love with someone, but is because you're picking up an unfavorable story. It is what it is. I love them, but you're still focused on the unwanted, right? What you focus on grows. So if you're saying I love this person, but I also don't at times, or I'm mad at them at times, that's you focusing on the unwanted things, the unfavorable things, and that's what you're feeling in that moment. That's all. Focus more on what you love about them. Focus more on the good things about them. And that's what you will continue to focus on, what you love about yourself more too. Focus on you and feeling good on your own. Hi, Brenda. Oh, I love that page. Yeah, it's all about that relief in each moment. You only need to keep finding relief in each moment. I don't even care if you vent it. Like, people are like, vent, and I talk about it all the time. Stop complaining. Stop talking about your problems. We all know that. But if you just, like, had a moment where you just had to vent to someone, my biggest thing is, okay, I did it. I know I did it. It felt better. It's a quick relief. I have that relief now, but now keep moving forward. Keep settling yourself down. Keep relaxing. Like, it doesn't matter if you react. Reacting's normal. It's a very human response at first while doing these practices. You're just going to use it to your advantage to find relief in that moment. Even if you have to cry, scream, whatever, calm yourself down to keep yourself moving forward. Just stick to my practices, basically. Just keep sticking. I'm telling you, you're going to have a moment in your life where you're like, wow, I'm living a positive life now. My life is fun now. I'm actually enjoying this. This is starting to, like, I'm getting this now. I'm having all these clicks. Life is good. People love me. I love being with people now. Like, I'm having so much fun in my experience. That's what's going to happen. You're going to keep drawing more positive experiences to you. Hey, all right, this is the last bite, guys. I had to finish it because if I don't finish it, it gets cold and gross. And I was so hungry. Hi, Chris. Hi, Yeah, so that's what I always say. You do these little practices that help you, you know. Lazy manifesting. If you don't have it, you should have it. That's my audio. That is so helpful in those moments when you think your whole life is falling apart. It has all my practices in there. It has all my reminders in there. It has all my meditations in there. There's even some affirmations in there. I just say they're really just powerful words. Tons and tons and tons of stuff in there. Thanks, genius. So to me, that's another story. You know, this is just my experience, Liv. And I never allowed that not you, not saying you, but if anyone were to say, oh, it's because she's on her period, I was like, absolutely not. I was not going to let that be a part of my life. So I took that belief out of my experience, I get my period for one day. That's it. I have no symptoms. I get no back pain, no nothing, no cramps, because I am not buying into that belief that, oh, because I'm getting my period, I'm going to be cranky or I'm going to be off. I won't buy into that. To me, it's just one day. It pops up, I get it, and I move on with my life. So to me, that's just another story. You know, like, everyone can choose what they want because nothing has meaning and you get to choose. But I wanted that one out of my experience. That girl's PMS, I wanted that out. So that's not in my experience. No, it wasn't always like that. I used to get it for like normal. I would get it for like, never a long time. I never had it for like 10 days like some people. I would get it for like 5 though, like 4 to 5. And I kept telling myself I get it for one day. I get it for one day over and over again. And I always said to myself, I never get cramps. I never get cramps. And I used to just say that a lot too. I do have it. I do get it regular though, like once a month, right? But yeah, I always said I don't get cramps, I don't get symptoms, I don't get this, I don't get that. Here's the thing. I know people that are close to me that do, right? Like that hear me say that. So like everyone's having their own experience, right? So it's just one of those things. You tell yourself enough, you'll have the same thing. What's it mean? What's it mean? I don't know what you mean. Choosing better and moving forward is... How to get commitment from SP and being positive. So you got to know you're moving towards that right off the bat. And you got to, this is the thing. When we're asking for more in a relationship, you're moving towards it right away. I want more. I want commitment. I want more time with them. I want forever with them, like, or with someone, like a relationship. You have to know that now you're moving towards it, and you have to accept whatever unfolds. And that's the thing. People think like, oh no, this is happening. oh my God, my whole life's falling apart. Well, that's because you're still in a lower energy and you're perceiving things as negative. But the more you settle back, there's no movement happening. Oh, what does that mean? Well, that means you got to keep focusing on you and feeling good on your own and take your attention off of them and allow this to unfold behind the scenes, right? You got to allow these things to unfold. You got to trust that it is unfolding and be focusing on yourself more and feeling good on your own more, being able to fill up your own cup, find activities that you love, because you definitely do not want to manifest in a relationship where you're still needy and you're still in that lack energy and you need them to make you happy. You want to be able to be happy and empowered on your own, and they can do the same. And then you come together and you are two powerful people having an amazing relationship. And then it's fun. And you both know that you create your own reality, right? So like focus on these practices. Get a great grip on how I create my own reality. Because I know that I want somebody that knows they create their own reality and knows they're powerful too, right? So, and then you have two people together manifesting an amazing life together. So just think about it like that. It's giving you, everything's unfolding perfectly. You're now more moving towards that. How can I be the best version of me? Now I get to be the best version of me. And then they're going to come in as the best version of them. And if they're not there yet, it's for a reason. It's because you're still doing the practices. You're still getting good at it. You're still getting a grip on it. It's not a bad thing. Don't look at everything as a bad thing. There is no bad unless you choose for it to be that way. I finally manifested an ex who used to be in a relationship by feeling good on... Oh, I love it, Abe. Yeah, I had so many people that manifested their relationships like to be better, and people came back into their lives, and it's just been amazing ever since. And it's by and this goes for any manifestation. You don't have to focus on the manifestation to bring it in. I don't want to do that. That's hard. Like, how do you act as if you're just learning how to feel good with everything in your experience. You're learning how to have a positive mindset. You're learning how to know that everything's always working out for you. Everything's moving you towards your most abundant timeline in every area and aspect of your life, just by making the best of this moment. Literally. And when you can't, you relax your body and you settle yourself down so you can get a glimpse of, oh wait, it is still working out for me. And find that relief in this moment, right? Exactly, Green, exactly. Focus on you. Really focus on you and just feeling good on your own and get into a place where you're just so happy with yourself and you're confident and you're just confident about these practices. You're getting good at these practices. Your mindset is starting to shift where you're more positive about life. You're seeing life, through a different lens. And allow it to come to you. It'll come in the right timing. You'll know when things are starting to manifest. You're so much more lighter. You got rid of all the programming. By doing these practices, guys, you get rid of all your programming. You're light. You're moving through life very light. Things are just airy is the best way I can explain it. It's just like, okay, nobody's out to get you anymore. You're done. You dropped all that defense mechanism. You're just knowing everything's good. Everything's working out for me. Nobody's trying to hurt me. Everything's there to help me. Everything's serving me. Everything's moving me towards best and better. It's all good. Everything's good. I have nothing to prove. And I think that's a big part of our programming, is that we all feel we have something to prove while we exist on this planet. And that's not the case. That's a program you picked up. You're worthy because you exist. And when you can get to a point of knowing that you're worthy because you exist, everything will work for you. Everything around you will be working for you. Everything. You will see everything through the eyes of love. Thank you for that. That Rose Maisha. So whenever you feel that way, that's separation. Whenever you're like, but what if this doesn't work? What if manifestation doesn't work? What if I never see this person again? What if what if this doesn't work? Just plain and simple, because that's basically what you're saying in that comment. You gotta relax your body. That's separation. That's a feeling of you thinking that nothing is separate from you. Nothing's separate from you. Your desire's not separate from you. Remember that. The desire can only come from you. It's your desire. It's because you got a glimpse of that relationship when you were in it. You got a glimpse of what it could be. You've seen something further into the future. You've seen a timeline. And that's why you had that desire, okay? And the reason why it separated was because of separation. You needed to focus more on you. It was an opportunity for you to really understand how this experience works, to understand that you are the creator of your reality. That's why those things happen. That's why to me, that's why breakups happen. That's why, like, that first initial thing where you think your life's falling apart, it could be a breakup, it could be the loss of a job, the loss of a family member. When you think something's so traumatizing and it takes you to your knees, it's really saying, listen, we're giving you the opportunity to know that you create your own reality. This is a blessing. This is a blessing, right? And the more you get it, the more you do these practices, Marta, it's going to come back, and it's all going to come back around full circle, and you're going to get it. Anytime you're feeling lack or needy or like, why, or does this work? That's just you thinking again that things are separate from you. Nothing is separate from you. Separation is a lie. That's why it doesn't feel good. That's why when something feels bad in your experience, you think something unfavorable is happening and you think your whole life's falling apart. That's a lie. And for you to really see the bigger picture, you got to calm yourself down. You got to calm yourself down. You got to find relief in some way, shape, or form. And maybe you got to do it a couple times. It might take a day. But you will get to see that it's actually working for you. It's moving you in the right direction, because everything's always working for you until you get lost in that unfavorable circumstance. Then it keeps you there. That's reaction, right? Exactly, Liv. And guys, of course we're all starting to get that we create our own realities. We're all starting to realize we've been always doing this. We're becoming aware of it now. So you don't believe in any of it at first. At first you're like, I don't believe in this crap. Like, what do you mean I create my own reality? But when you do start to create it, and you realize you are doing it and you are creating, you're very aware of like what's going on. You're starting to see your future more. The stuff you wrote down a long time ago that had no power to them because you didn't believe it. You start to get it. You go back to times where you've manifested. You're like, whoa. Wait a minute, I've always been doing this, but you've been doing it on a limited mindset and of what you thought you could have. Trust the process and where you're at. Don't think you're not exactly where you're supposed to be, because you are. That's the thing. You got to know that you really are exactly where you're supposed to be. You might not be in that beach home yet. Might not be living in that beach home yet, but trust me, you're getting there. You're moving towards that. Do it this way, because you're going to get there and you're going to be so happy when you're there. You can't experience these things if you're not ready fully. You can't. You lose them. You're not even happy and you're in them. Like, you know how many people manifested money by doing these techniques and stuff, and then they're like, I'm still not happy. You have to change your mindset as well. And that's the most effortless way to do it, because it's just very gradual. You move into these things very gradually. And then you keep them. And then you're having fun with life. You're loving life. You're getting that. It was always meant for me, right? Hi, Caitlin. Happy Friday. Right, Ashley? It's like you gotta see it in that way, right? It's like you gotta take that step back to see it differently. Everything's always working out for us. We just, at first, we're in that mindset. No, because not at all, Marta. Not at all. No. Girl, trust me. You can't mess anything up. Let me tell you guys right now. You can't mess anything up. Stick to my practices. Marta, trust me, girl. You didn't mess anything. It doesn't mean anything. You just keep doing it. You keep doing it. I'm telling you, you're going to see. You're going to look back and be like, I can't believe I ever thought that I wasn't going to have this experience. You just keep doing it. Your desire wants you just as much, okay? These desires want to experience life through you too. Like, remember that. Like, they want to experience you. Your desire wants you. That's the truth. That's true. That's not just to say that to make you feel better. Your desire wants you. right? As much as you want that desire. Oh, of course, girl. Oh, thanks, Matt. How are you, Pixie? You can't mess anything up. Yeah, Linda, that's so true. Because none of this it's all just an illusion anyway. Like I always say, like, even if you react, it's okay. Just calm yourself down. Even if you yelled at someone, even if you got mad at someone, even if you took something personally, it's all good. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Like, just chill, just relax. You'll relax, you'll calm yourself down, and you'll actually start to, like, okay, I get how okay, I reacted. It's all right. But there only is this moment, and that's it. Like, even if you vent it, I talk about not venting a lot because it really helps to be aware of that. But if you're been doing these practices for a while and you vent it to someone, you still got good control over your reality and your experience. That if they were to come back to you because you have it active now, you'd be like, oh, it worked itself out. I've done that plenty of times. Like I've vented or spoke to someone about something because I was like scared, and then I was like, crap, I didn't even have to, like, why did I even go there? It's okay. Next time I see them, it worked. Like, you can change a story in a moment. You don't have to revise anything. In that moment, you fix it. You just say calm. You say, yeah, it worked itself out. Do you get what I'm saying? So sometimes venting, it is a relief. It gives you relief. Crying gives you relief. But when you're aware enough of how this works, you know you can't mess anything up. You know you didn't make a mistake just because you vent it. Just because you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? You know, like, wait a minute, there only is this moment. Next time I see them, all I got to say is, it worked itself out. You got to be light about this stuff. Don't take it so seriously. Because you can you can shift the momentum in a second on any topic in your life. Any topic in your life. The thing about it is that the more you get good at this, you're always going to be in a positive mindset, though. You're not going to have to worry about those moments as much anymore. But at first, yeah, you're still practicing this. You're still getting a grip on this. Now, at first, when I'm working with people and it's the very beginning, and they're really like, I don't trust any of this. They feel like their whole life's falling apart. I tell them to really, really go within a lot. Do a lot of meditations. Don't talk about your problems. And then as time goes by, yeah, you might open up a little bit more to people just because it feels good. It gives you relief in that moment. But you're aware enough to know that, okay, I'm not going to obviously do that, keep doing that because I know it keeps it active. And I know I can change the subject in a second. You can shift the momentum in a second. Do you kind of know what I'm saying? This is why I say, like, the stories don't matter. You know, what you say to them doesn't matter. Oh, the only thing that matters is this moment and that you find relief in this moment. That's what keeps moving you towards best and better, is finding that relief. But you have to understand that at first, guys, we are running on a lot of programming. We're really in lower energies at first, and we're perceiving everything as negative. It's very normal to be perceiving everything, not everything, but a lot of things as negative. So my types of practices, they're just making you more positive. That's what my practices are. Being kind to others no matter what, like going out in public and just being super duper super kind to everybody, right? Animals, use your animals. They're just an easy way to because they're like, unconditional love right there. Starting to see do little things that calming yourself down in moments where you do find yourself reactive, or if you think someone's those types of things are going to help shift your mindset. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Lily. I've realized today. Hi, Faith. How are you, Faith? Yeah, and just keep settling yourself down, Sincere. Keep settling yourself down. Keep settling yourself down and just relaxing your body and just know it's all working out for you. Let those moments pass, those moments of discomfort. Try to detach yourself from the story as much as you can in those moments and make it about the feeling. Just relaxing into the feeling and just letting yourself know in those moments, like, nothing can hurt me. I'm indestructible. Nothing can hurt me. This is all helping me understand that I create my own reality. This is all serving me. This is all good stuff right here. It's all good. It's all good. You're going to keep getting better at it and better at it. Guys, like I won't sit here and say it didn't feel like I had to do this for a while. It did. But when you finally get to that point, it's all worth it. It's all worth the practices. It's all worth the relaxing. It's all worth the little meditations that you're doing, and it's so worth it because you're set free, guys. You're set free. You're finally living. You're finally seeing what it means to live a life of fun and what this experience really is. But I had to go through it too. I don't really know anyone that didn't have to go through it. I mean, that's all the people that I resonate with and connect with. It's people that are really trying to get a grasp on that I create my own reality. That my thoughts create my own reality. And until you do these practices and really go within, and it's really all, I will tell you, it's all about non-reaction. But non-reaction is not what you think. A lot of people think they can't react at all. No, you can react. Reacting to me is like, oh, okay, this doesn't serve me anymore. That's what starts to happen, but it's serving me. This is what I used to say, and people couldn't understand what I meant. But I'd say, whoa, okay, this experience doesn't serve me anymore, but it's serving me because it's actually helping you. It's a good thing. Move towards best and better. So you have to always remind yourself that there is no problem. There's no problem. I know it doesn't feel that way. I know you want to fix it. I know you want to go and get help and someone help me through this. Why is this happening to me? I promise you, if you can take a step back and keep taking a step back and keep taking a step back, you're going to see it differently. You're going to come at it with more compassion and understand that it's all love. It's all moving you towards best and better. It's only, everything is here to help you live your best life. You have way more guidance than you realize, but we don't see it as that. We're still thinking everybody's out to get us, and this like you got to put your guard up, and that's how we feel at first, and you got to do this for a little bit to realize. Also I'm going to be honest, and this one's tough, and even for me it was at times. If you can step away from social media, take long breaks. There's a lot of stuff out there that's going to tell you you got to really look out for certain people and certain things, and you get that in your mind, you're going to think people are out to get you, and it's not true. Nobody's out to get you unless you see it that way. Nobody's out to get you. So you'll pick up a lot of limiting. Most people are living their lives through limitations and in scarcity. So that's most of what our social media is, honestly. And there's good in social media too. Like I keep it very light. Thanks, Faith. It's very funny. I try to watch funny stuff and not really get into people's opinions because it's just their opinion based off their experience. Right? Like when I tell people how my life unfolded, they're like, whoa, that's weird. Your life's weird. People think I'm weird because but that worked for me. And that is what was best for me and my family and where I was at with my limiting beliefs. And to me, it's amazing. I love it. It's different than most people live their lives, but it's worked for me. So you can never compare yourself to anyone. Don't try to be like anyone. You're having your own unique experience, right? It's your own experience. It's going to be different than everybody else's. Nobody's life is the same. You can see someone living something you might like if someone's living on the beach and I'd like to have that experience, right? And then you're moving towards it. You can also change your mind, right? You can say, all right, you're always changing. Just think about it like that. So okay, so what? I move into a little apartment. And it's not like my dream home yet, but it's getting me to my dream home, right? And you just know it's always moving you towards best and better. And you'll have that fun experience. You'll make the best of that. But it's always going to be moving you towards best and better. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. Thanks, Scotty. I agree, Lily. I agree. I always take breaks from it, but I really did these past couple days. And my mind got so clear. Not only, there's so many things that can speed you to your manifestations. So when I take a step back from social media completely, I just shut it down, things start to shake up in my experience because I'm quantum leaping. You never hear that? I know it is a term, but it's true. You do. That's what it's like when you think your whole world's falling apart. It's actually moving you towards better. But it doesn't have to be traumatic like people say, like you lose your house, you lose your car. It doesn't have to be like that. If you do these practices for a while, it won't be like that because you have a more positive mindset about things. It's actually catapulting you into a new reality. So you can start seeing the unfolding of it too. It may not go exactly that way, but it will probably be somewhat similar. At least for me, it always has been pretty accurate. Like, I can see how it's unfolding for me. It starts to manifest that way. But that's what happens a lot. Like, when I step away from things and I let my world be more just about my physical things, being with my kids, making the best of this, focused on them and focus on positivity. So I focus on keeping myself in a higher energy. I actually use willpower. I have a quantum leap after that. I know something's going to shake up. It usually does. But it's a good thing now because I don't see it as bad now. I don't see it as... Sometimes it causes a little reaction out of me within. I do. I react. I got those human impulses too. But I know to take a step back and another step back and another step back. It's all going to happen in the way that's best for you when you do these types of practices, in a very loving way. But it really is there to get you to what you've been asking for. You have to flow with it, because otherwise you stay stagnant in where you're at. When you keep you buy into that fear, you stay stagnant and you can prolong it. It doesn't mean you won't get it. Doesn't mean you won't get what you want and you won't keep moving forward, but we kind of get very comfortable where we're at, and that's okay. I like comfort. I love comfort. But this way will move you towards it more comfortably. It won't be a shock to your system. It will be the best way for you. But what happens in that little moment is that things start to feel shaky, something happens, and it's really moving you towards best and better. It's not bad. It's just sometimes we go back to that old way of oh my God, we got to defend, we get our guard up. But it's actually moving you towards, and if you, like I said, if you just take a step back, you calm yourself down, keep doing it as many times as you need to, this is when you start to get clear on your path. It took me a bit of time to start getting very clear of okay, wait, I'm manifesting now. I'm manifesting. This is all me, right? So the more you do it, you clear up you clear up your mind. You clear up what all those things that are, you just clear the path, because when you're watching too much on social media and you're scrolling, you're just putting stuff and you're kind of cluttered a little. So it really does serve you to take a break from it. I know it's it does, it pulls you in, but keep it very light as possible. Really just focus on what you have to work with in your physical reality. So my stuff isn't you're ignoring your 3D. You're actually working with your 3D. People say you have to ignore your 3D. Not with my practices. You don't ignore anything. You make the best of this moment. Your power's in this moment. It will always be in this moment. I'm not trying to run from anything. I'm working with what I have, and that's what moves me towards best and better. And to me, that's not only the quickest way, it's the most comfortable way. It's gradual, and it's it's natural. It keeps on getting better. Your life and you're learning how to really be positive too in life and see things in a positive way. So to me, it's just the best way to go about it. So that's just you, Ed. That's you. You're just perceiving it that way. When you say, Ed, I can tell you right now, they're just living their lives. When you haven't had contact from someone for a while, it's because they're busy living their lives like you are. You're just in your head about it thinking, oh, wait, what if they're mad at me? And if you start telling that story, you're going to think that when you talk to them. You're going to perceive that text or that call as negative. So I would not even reach out until you focus on yourself more. Thanks, Abraham. I wouldn't reach out. If you're feeling rejection before you reach out, you're going to feel probably rejection when you... And that's just what you're going to get, right? So I would just focus more on yourself, feeling good on your own, filling up your own cup, and then you'll feel better about it. You'll feel more confident about reaching out. But right now you're in an energy of, you're just in perceiving it as that, right? Because everything's perceptual. So in that moment, you're in a lower energy, basically. I know, right, Faith? It's so true. And it's funny because the more you practice making the best of this moment, you don't think about it anymore. I used to think about, am I present? And now I'm just in the present moment. I'm just living my life. And I'm manifesting as I go. And I know what I want. I know what I want more. So I had to get clear too on what I really want for my life. So that's what all this did. Because sometimes we're all over the place. We don't even know what we actually truly want. We're just I don't know, I want a home. I want a big home. Well, you might want, do you want a home on the beach? Do you want a home up in the mountains? What do you like? Like, I had to get clear as time went by. Like, what did I want? Because even then, you're sometimes picking up what other people, like, oh, what, they always like that, and I liked being with them, and we had fun together there. And, like, so it's nice to really just be by yourself to figure out, what do you want for your life? What kind of life do you want to live, right? Thanks, Faith. Because we like think about what other people will want for us or them in our experience. But you got to make it just about you, literally, and what you want. Oh, I love that, Maisha. I love that. So that's what I was just saying, Green. I said, you have to practice non-reaction. Like, when anything's happening in your experience that you think it's unfavorable, but it's actually not. There's no unfavorable. You just have to keep working, doing these practices so you can have that mindset shift. But right now you're in lower energies. Remember, when you're reacting, you're in a lower energy. So you only have access to these types of, they're out to get me, they're bad, they have a motive. So when you're in lower energies, you're reacting, that's all you're getting. That's all you're attracting, is that type of information. They're out to get me. They want to hurt me. Right? They must have a motive. They must have a reason for this. It's not the truth. When you relax your body, you settle yourself down, you calm yourself down, you start to see it differently. That one story that you're reacting to, you know what? They want the best for their lives too. They're trying to move towards best and better too. You have more compassion for the story, for whatever it may be. You know what? We all want best. I want best too. This could serve me in so many ways. This is what I've been asking for, because you relax. So now you're attracting better information. That's going to move you towards what you want, right? You don't want to act on this because this is going to make it harder. This is going to be you struggling. This is going to be you trying so hard to get them to know what you mean and explain yourselves, and you're going to fight and you're going to argue. I use a person because it's the best way to explain it. And then if you relax your body and you raise your energy, you start getting more. You know what? I see what they're saying. They're right. They're trying to move towards their best lives too, and so am I. And we're trying to make this work for everybody, and we can work together. And it's more teamwork, work together. You know what? We're all doing this for the highest good of everybody. And it's moving me towards what I want, and it's moving them towards what they want. Right? But then down here, you don't see it that way. You're still in a lower energy. You're reactive. So just by relaxing your body, Green, you move out of that. And you start seeing things in a more positive way. You start attracting more positive scenarios. You're moving into more positive scenarios, best case scenarios, right? Oh, Hannah, it's actually 2:11 here. How do we relax when we think we're getting lied to? Well, you have to relax, or else you're going to keep thinking you're getting lied to. Do you get? I do, Faith. Take a look at the colors. There's black. I just got a black one. There's black. There's pink. There's like a maroonish. It was like the prettiest purpley maroon that was there. I didn't like the bright purple, and I didn't like the red. They were like not cute. And then there's like two blues. There's a light blue, and then like a real pretty cool, like a nice blue. You could check them out. I'm getting the black one soon, and when I get that, I'll show you guys. So that's the thing. You're reacting. So you're thinking you're getting lied to. You're in that lower energy. So that's what you're perceiving it as. I'm being lied to. I'm being cheated. Because you're reactive. It's not a favorable story. But if you relax your body and you soften your body, you'll move out of that, and you'll see it differently. You'll see it differently. So you want to use everything in your experience to do these types of practices, to relax your body, to get out of these negative, shitty meanings that don't serve us. When you're in a lower energy, you're going to keep perceiving things as negative, guys, always. There's no way of getting around it. If you're in a lower energy and you're reacting all the time, you can get out of it in a second. It doesn't take time. It doesn't take like, I got to do all these practices. No, like you'll start seeing your life more positive. In that moment, you'll see it just by softening your body. You'll be like, no, they're not out to get me. Nobody's out to get me. Like you'll relax and you'll move right out of it and you'll see it completely different. Right? We're so quick to like be so sensitive and take things personally. So show yourself Show yourself. Do these practices and show yourself that, you know what? They're not trying to hurt me. Nobody's trying to hurt me. Nobody's trying to hurt you. It's all you and your energy and your thoughts, guys. It really is. And I know that's like, it seems way more than that because there's so much happening around us. And it's like, that's why. It's to have this experience. That's why there feels like there's so much happening around you. But it's actually all coming from you and your belief systems and your thoughts, right? So the more, like I said, you do these practices, you get a grip on that. I am creating my own reality, and it is all me. And I can't be blaming nobody anymore. Everything's working for me. Everything's happening for me. It's all fun. It's all game, right? It's all play. I know, Erie, right? It is. Isn't it the worst? And Erie, right? Like, we've all been there. We've all felt that way. We've all felt like people have like this motive. Nobody has it. And you know what? I can say I've always been pretty positive. And for the most part, even if I let that get to me at times, it never was that. I never had to experience it. I'm lucky there. Because I always caught it quick enough. That nobody really is trying to hurt you. They're not. And everybody, like, it's not that. We think that. And we always feel that way. And we want to go that way. And we want to go back to those stories. Because that's familiar. But if you can relax enough, you'll realize, you know what? No one's trying to hurt me. So you can tell me the suggestions, Faith, but I'm limited on the colors. There wasn't like a million colors. There was, and I didn't love them. So like, there was a tan one, but I didn't like the tan. It was like too, and now this is just a picture. It's not like a review, like of somebody wearing it. I like reviews because like, I love this. I actually like it more than I seen it on the picture. So sometimes it's like, you got to get it. But yeah, if there's something like you're thinking of, I can check to see if they actually have it. My daughter was telling me today, she's like, Mom, you need to put your handle on it, your TikTok handle. And I'm like, oh, that's such a good idea. I know, Erie. Oh, they did have like a beige and a gray. All right, I'll check them out for you, Faith. I'll check them out. And of course, they give you like a certain amount, but maybe I'll make another stack. My voice. And I'll try doing the handle, like putting the handle small. Hi, Maritza. Yeah, they're good quality. I wouldn't have anything that wasn't like, that's why I wanted to get it first, because I wanted to make sure this is decent quality, because I want something comfy and cute. Right? I know, Erie. It's so true. I know. And it's freeing to know nobody is. That's a program you're buying into. That's a belief you're buying into. And I'm telling you, the more you step away, there's a lot of stuff out. Some of it's good. There's some good stuff on social media. I'm not saying it's all bad. Don't think I mean that. But a lot of it, it's funny because the more you start to feel better and you step away from it, you actually do get more positive stuff back though. So like when I take a break from it, it's cool to go back on and scroll through like the first 3 videos because they're very positive and they're very like in sync with where I'm at now. Because I've really done I've done more like focusing on what I already have, like my physical things in my experience, making the best of them. Really, I'll say it like this, more simple. It's really using a little bit of willpower to stay positive. That's where I noticed major shifts in my experience. Now, I had to do things to get to that point, though. I had to do a lot of relaxing practices at first and a lot of things like just to now I can use willpower to stay positive and stay in that positive momentum. And I do silly stuff like listen to music. Like, it's not like I do anything crazy to stay in that positive energy. I'll put on music. Me and my daughter will bake something and we'll be singing and laughing and having a good time. And I'm very aware of me maintaining that momentum. And I know I make sure I stay in it. And then she's reflecting that back to me because I'm like, we're both aligned in that moment, right? So yeah, like it's fun to play around with that. like once you start accessing those higher energies more consistently, because you will have major, you will jump timelines. You want to jump timelines? Use willpower to stay in a positive energy. But again, I know it takes a little bit of practice, like the relaxing practices and doing those types of things, to not be so reactive and get lost in that we think is a circumstance. There is no circumstance. There's nothing unfavorable happening at all. I promise you. I promise you. I had to react many times before I could get a grip on it. I think, Hannah, like I've officially mastered it. I like to think that I really did, Hannah. Like I had many, you know how they call them tower moments? If you read psychics, I think I had many of those. Many reactive moments, many triggers, doing these practices over and over again, that I'm on the other side. I'm in a positive mindset now. And if something does trigger me, Hannah, like I know it's for my highest good. And yes, sometimes it does take me a moment though to like settle myself down, but I've mastered that practice, right? So, but I'm human too, and I'm still having this experience like everyone else. You know, like I could feel like someone's in an off mood and go to quick to judge and just get relaxed and calm myself. No, they're not. I can stay positive no matter what. But it's a good thing because I know I'm in control all the time. So I know the ball's always in my court, right? I hold all the power all the time now. So no, I think I've got past all those big things, like those tower moments, right? Oh gosh, I know. Yes, Hannah, definitely. And now when you have a moment where you're like triggered, you're not going to be so alarmed, because you're going to be like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Because now you're becoming more aware of those moments, that they're actually serving you. And, you know, like even if you react or get upset, it's okay, because you know this moment it's only this moment that matters, and you just got to keep settling yourself down over and over again, and everything will adjust to your energy the more you relax. It's a lot easier than we realize. Because as soon as you feel good, everything's falling into place for you. Fast, very fast. As soon as you're in a higher energy and you maintain it, everything's manifesting very quickly for you. But something may pop up that normally would have scared you a year ago or months ago. But it's actually part of you moving in the right direction. It's everything you've been asking for. But it's scary because you're not really sure, like, what am I on the other side of this? What is that? But it's all good. It's all positive. You just have to keep reminding yourself that like over and over again. So it starts to become fun. I plugged my phone in before. Hey, Nathan. Was that Nathan that jumped on? I think so. It said Nathan on the thing, which I've never seen. Hey, Nathan. How are you, Nathan? Happy Friday. I beat you to it. Well, that's all my practices. I'm doing good. How are you? Green, that's everything. All my practices are nervous system regulation. All my practices. That's all I talk about. Lazy manifesting, my meditations, all my content and stuff. I would say if you need help with that, get lazy manifesting. Even my ebooks help you do that. All the practices are in my ebooks and in lazy manifesting, or you can join my membership. My membership's good too. If you have you can ask me questions in there. It's more of like, it's the group, but you can ask questions and I will answer them. But I have all my practices in the membership as well. Or you can just scroll through my stuff. You'll find the practices in there. You can scroll through my stuff. You can watch a lot of my YouTube videos. They're lives, but they're on YouTube. You can check out that stuff. Hi, Cece. It's 222, guys. Hi, Cece. Yeah. Linda said, just listen to them and you'll feel better. Because you will. That's what it's for. It's to calm you down in those moments when you're reacting and thinking your whole world is falling apart. It's going to relax you and remind you, no, you're good. Everything's unfolding perfectly. Oh, thanks, Observant. Hey, Tail. I love how everybody's jumping on here at this time. I've been on here for a while, guys. Where y'all been? Who else jumped on here? Lalani. Tail. Oh, Nathan, I love that you said I'm doing so good. I know, I was eating. I had when I first jumped on here, I had to get a Dunkin' wrap because I was like so hungry. There you go. Portia says there's a lot of good reminders on TikTok. I'm always making videos. Always every day, reminding you guys you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You can go to YouTube, check out a lot of my lives, go back to the beginning of when I talked about this stuff. And again, then I have the stuff that I created as well. I have the Lazy Manifesting, I have all the ebooks that I wrote, and my membership. You're fashionably late, Cece. The only way to be. Listen to every video that you make. I see you come in. Oh, I love that, Linda. You know, Lalani, I only ever get the bacon, egg and cheese wake up wrap. I like that. It's just a little mini wrap with bacon, egg and cheese. I do like that. I'll get donuts too. I don't love their donuts, to be honest, but I like vanilla, like frosting on a donut with sprinkles, so I'll get that donut. Other than that, I don't really get anything else though. Oh, that's always fun, Dee Dee. Hey, Claire. Oh, I love it, Caitlin. I used to listen to Abraham all the time when I would be doing things. And then I started listening to my own audios on repeat, my stuff. That's in Lazy Manifesting. And now I don't. It's kind of nice where I'm at now. Because, like, I'm just living now. Like, guess what? I can't tell you the last time I had my AirPods. They were glued to me for years because of listening to Abraham all the time and then my audios and creating my audios. And now I'm at a place where I don't do any of that. I never have my earbuds in anymore. And because I just live now. I'm just living my life now because my life's just changing so fast. I'm more about making the best of this moment, maintaining a high energy, just living life now. So that's what happens over time, right? You do get yourself to that place where you don't really need any of that. You don't need the audios anymore. You won't need my audios. You won't need my reminders even. You won't. You'll be at a place, you'll maybe watch them for fun. I even want to start making more a day in the life. I want to move into that kind of stuff and start moving into more of just like, I'm always going to be answering people's questions because I live for this and I like it. I like to help people like understand it too. But I do want to do more mixing other things in with my TikTok. The more you focus on yourself, Isabel, because whenever you're wondering where, how, and when, you're not in the present moment. So you gotta stick with these practices. You gotta relax your body in that moment. Remind yourself that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. That's what helped me. What helped me was knowing that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be and reminding myself over and over again. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be in this moment, and this moment is moving me towards what I want. And trying to find ways to feel good with what you got. That's going to speed you to where you want. I know we all want to get these things quick. You can get these things quick, but you got to learn how to have fun with where you're at. It's a little sounds contradicting, but that's the trick. The trick is if you want to get to these experiences, you got to have fun with where you're at. You got to start really having fun with where you're at. That's how you'll get these things to magnetize to you very quickly, your manifestations. And that'll drop the when because you'll be having fun now. So really have fun now. Start having fun with this movement. There's so many things you can do to have fun too. We really think it's more complicated, but Listen, I can have fun cleaning the crap out of my house. I can have fun sitting here on a live with you guys. I can have fun sitting down making some TikToks, get myself a cup of tea. I can have fun doing my makeup, buying some eyelashes. I'll buy a bunch of eyelashes. I'll start playing around with them. And then I end up not wearing any of them. I peel them off and I do my own. But still, it's fun. It's fun, right? I get myself some nails. You can have fun with all kinds of things in this movement, guys. It's not complicated. Don't think it's harder than you. It's not, because a lot of people are still doing techniques. They're not fun. That's not fun. Let's be serious. They can be at times, I'm sure, when you can pretend a little and play with that. But like, you don't need to do that kind of stuff. Like, you can do a lot of things to feel good now. It's like, you don't have to act as if. You don't have to bring your manifestations in that way. Just feel good now with what you got and have fun with where you're at. That's magnetic energy. That's when life starts to become fun too, because that's what's going to move you right into your manifestation. That's what's going to move you right into it quick. Things can happen so quick, guys. Things can happen so quick. Yes. You can make money being you. H. Is it high? High. You can, the more you fall into the more you release these programs that you got to work to make money, the more you feel good now with where you're at, money will just always be there for you. And it'll just keep, because you know what? I'll tell you what helped me when I stopped making anything about money. I had to stop and just made it more about these things I want to move towards. It's tricky because we're so programmed to make life about money. Now, I knew I had what I needed when I needed, and money would keep coming to me, and more money would keep coming to me, but I still didn't make it about money. You have to make it about fun and play, and money will be the byproduct. Make sure you're having fun with whatever you're doing. Even if you're at a job you don't love right now, try to make the best of it. You'll move into things that are more in alignment with you that will bring you money as well. And you'll move out of the job, the thing that you call a job. So you don't have to do a job at all to make money. You can just be you you can be you and make money. But you got to drop a lot of that programming, a lot of those beliefs. My practices will get you out of that. Stick to these types of practices, you'll get out of that. Just know you're moving towards it. You just saying that to me. Now, that lets me know now you're going to be you're setting that intention for yourself to move towards more freedom in that area of your life, right? To where like I can just live and have fun with life. Money doesn't have to be an issue in my life. I can just live and move towards amazing experiences. And knowing that just by having fun and being in a good energy, money's making its way to me in all kinds of fun ways. In all kinds of fun ways. I love that, Lily. I love that, Lily. I think that is an awesome manifestation. I used to say that too, Lily. I used to say, I just want to help people. I want to be in a spot in my life. And I was working just like most people. And I would like request, I just want to be able to be like in the comfort of my own home and be able to help people with this stuff as much as I can. Because I loved it. I loved learning it. I loved understanding it. I loved, and at that point I didn't know it on like a deeper meaning like I do now, right? But yeah, that's something I always wanted to move towards as well. So you're moving towards it, right? And you may even be doing it, Lily, right? Do you have a TikTok and all that? It is, Portia. Yay, because I just clicked on it. I clicked on you. Yeah, so that just think, like, yeah, that's you. You're aligning with it. In this moment, you're aligning with it, right? Yeah, you just keep don't think, because as you go through it, you might think that you remember you are jumping timelines. So don't think, like people always say, how do I get more clients? How do I get more followers? Don't worry about that. How do I get more money? You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not ready for that yet. You'll have that leap. You'll have that jump. You are where you are. Don't be afraid. Don't feed into that. Oh my God, I don't have a lot of money yet. Don't feed into that fear. You want to learn how to say, you know what? I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I have everything I need right now. I know that time will come. Trust me, you'll have a leap. You'll be very aware of it. I was very aware of those leaps when money started coming in. You have to just keep making the best of where you're at, knowing you're exactly where you're at, and everything's going according to plan. They're the types of reminders that you need. And you need to relax into this moment. Relax into this moment. Find relief in this moment. Don't let your bank account control you, and don't let that make you think that you're not exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't go by that. That takes a little bit of practice, but I promise you, even if you have $100 in there, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You have everything you need. Everything's taken care of. You're moving towards those things in the best way possible. Okay, so trust it. I promise you, you're okay. Everything's moving in the right direction. Just keep relaxing your body. Don't worry about your followers and how many of that. You want people that resonate with you anyway. I always say, I got no drama on mine. I rarely get a question where somebody's trying to dig at me anymore. I get people that are ready for this, and that people that are excited for this and resonate with what I say. And that's it. That's all I get. I don't get really people coming at me trying to challenge me anymore, because I'm too firm in what I believe in now. Nobody can really come at me anymore. I know how this works. I've mastered this. So I only get people that are really ready for this, asking me honest questions, and they're like, I'm ready. What do I got to do? And that's when they start really initiating these practices and taking charge. You're literally exactly where you're supposed to be, guys. I'm telling you. I promise you. Oh, thanks, Lily. Not responding or even listening to calls. Listen, let me tell you right now. Nobody really texts me anymore. My email is just any money that I get from any type of source. I'm being dead serious. It's so quiet. I got no drama. It's the best feeling. I do what I want. I'm like, all right, what are we going to do today? Guys, kids, what am I going to make today? Let's do this today. I'm going to get some snacks. On the way, I'm going to stop and do a live real quick. And that's how my life's unfolding. And I have things coming up, certain things that I'm moving towards. Yeah. So don't look at it. It's not really, things aren't falling apart. It's hard. It's I have to explain it through my own experience, Sincere, because of how I did it in these practices. Nothing actually fell apart in my life. And this is what I try to tell people. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be where things completely fall apart in your life and you crumble to the ground. It doesn't have to be that way. It's more of an internal thing. So yes, it seems like something's falling apart, but because I know how this works, I know I just got to raise my energy to get more positive, to see it more positive. And then I'm like, oh wait, this is moving me towards what I've been asking for. This is moving me towards, my home, or what I'm manifesting right now. And I see it that way now. But because at first it felt like, whoa, what's happening? And inside I felt like a tower movement. It's not. You just got to relax enough to raise your energy so you can see it that way. It might take a few times. This is why I say use everything in your experience. Use every little thing. Like I said, a bump on my elbow to calm me down. Oh, nope, I'm okay. My dog barking, calm myself down. Use everything in your experience to do these relaxing practices, because when you start to get in higher energies and you stay there more, you're going to start rapidly moving towards your manifestations. And you're going to think you're having a tower moment. You're going to think things are falling apart. But if you can wait a minute, no, I know better. I've been doing this for a while. You're going to raise your energy again, get positive again, because you've been doing this for a while. Now, this is moving me towards that home that I've been asking for. And it's going to be so easy and effortless. I'm not even going to have to do nothing. It's moving me more towards what I want. It's moving me towards that freedom. It's moving me towards more time. It's moving me out of that job. You're going to see it. You got to get in a higher energy to perceive it more positive, though. Because when you're in a lower energy, you're not going to see it that way. They're out to get me. There we go again. My life sucks. Nothing ever works out for me. You're not going to see it that way. You can't in a lower energy. It's impossible. So I like to look at life as energetic levels. Because as soon as you raise your energy, you're moving into better timelines. The ones that are serving you. The ones that are moving you towards your best life, guys. But when you're down here and you're thinking this incident is an incident and it's a circumstance and it's horrible, you're only going to get that, and that's all you can get from being in that energy. So if you can just keep relaxing and relaxing and relaxing, you're going to move up. And you want to practice staying in this high energy. And it's easy to stay in this high energy. You can just listen to music that you like to stay in this. This isn't hard. This isn't hard. Watch what you're listening to outside of you, because I'm telling, nothing's outside of you, but watch what you're listening to, watch what you're entertaining. Because a lot of shiz can get into your mind and you're going to think it's more hard. It's more difficult. Because people will tell you, there's people out to get you. That one, be careful. I can see this person's out to get you. Oh, you got someone in your energy that does not want best for you. That's all bullshit, guys. Nobody does not want that. Everybody wants best for you. It's all you. It's only you having this experience with you and other aspects of you. So don't let things get into, if anything feels off, it's not the truth, guys. It's straight up not the truth. There's only good if you want it to be good. If you want to have a good, a positive experience, you get to have that. But you have the free will to not as well. But if you want to, keep doing these types of practices to get yourself in higher energies and maintain those high. It's all about high vibration. It really is. Getting in those higher energies and that positive energy. That's what's going to keep you moving towards amazing, amazing experiences in your life. And you won't be able to have anything but that, guys. You will not. It's not possible. It's not possible when you're in a higher energy. It's all you can attract. It's all you. And it's based off your energy. I know. Sometimes I do, Nathan. Every now and then a curse comes out, right? That's when you know I'm serious. Oh, I love that, Lily. So, like, I just like music in general. I don't have to worry about the words. If I like it and I know the words, it doesn't affect me what they're saying, because I always tell you guys, I don't know half the words anyway. I just like it if it's a good beat and I'm singing and I know my energy. I can tell if I'm in a good. Now, if I put on a song and it's like sad and slow, and I can tell if it's affecting my mood, so I just skip it. So for me, it's like I don't need the Hertz sounds or manifest music or any of that. I don't need that. I can just listen to music in general. All artists, all kinds of music. The words, I don't attach myself to the words or any of that. I just, like I said, I don't know half the words anyway, these damn songs. My kids tease me all the time. They laugh at me because I literally think the words to songs are right. And my daughter's like, Mom, that's not the words. I'm like, I've been singing that my whole life. To me, that was the words. It was one of Taylor's songs, and it was something so off, and she's like, Mom, that's not what she says. I was like, yeah, but my way's better. My way's more positive. And she just started cracking up. What is it? It's the one, I think it's, and I'll write your name. I'm trying to think of it. Hi, Halud. Led Zeppelin. I think there's a few songs of his I like, Mike. Yeah, I was going to say, is it Blank Space? But she says something in it where it's like what she says. Wait. It's on the tip of my tongue. I won't be able to think about it now because I'm too focused on this. But, like, she says something that sounds more of what I talk about. It's not, I don't think it's Blank Space. I don't think it's that one. I know, I was singing that under my breath, but I'm trying to think of the one line that she says that sounds like, oh, thank you, that she says something and it's completely not that. What am I doing, or what energy do I have in me to attract my partner to act or say something mean? Well, Maritza, in that moment, when you think somebody's being mean to you, you have to just calm yourself down and relax, and you're just taking it too personally in that moment. It's not, you're perceiving it that way. So again, it's all about you. When someone's doing something, you're automatically reacting and you're staying there. And now you're going to tell a story over and over again because you're in that reactive energy. You're in that lower energy. So you're like, well, why did he do that? Oh my God. In your mind, oh my God. Oh, why is he so miserable? Whatever it is. And that's it. You're keeping it. But if you just got relaxed and quiet your mind and would start saying, you'd start to feel better and you'd be like, oh wait, it wasn't like that. Look, he's already smiling and laughing. He didn't mean it like that. You start to relax. You're going to perceive it differently. You got to remember, it's all you. So we can't be blaming people anymore. I know that's annoying. That annoyed me too. But you can, trust me, in that moment, you're just taking it wrong. You're taking it personal. And if you just relaxed a little and you would lighten up a little, he would be laughing and doing something silly. And you'd be like, oh my gosh, there I go. I was just reacting again. And you would see it differently, Maritza. Just calm yourself down enough and use it to your advantage to keep doing these practices. A lot of these stories are very dominant in our experience with people that are close to us. We really have these stories made up that they're not, that they're this and they're that, and they're not true. It's something you took on and you told that story. And you can see it have a totally different experience with somebody in your life just by you raising your energy and relaxing. I mean, it might not be to perfection, but you'll start seeing the more positives in people, everybody in your life. I'm telling you, I have a huge family, guys, a huge family. And I can see positive in I have fun with every single, I say this all the time, every single one of them. It's all you and your energy. So you just got to be able to calm yourself down, relax your body, get your energy up. Oh my God, they're so funny. I love them. I love when they do this. I love when they do that. You're going to have all good things to say. You're going to be focusing on the good, on the wanted, on the positive. But it's all levels. If you're reacting and you keep seeing negative in someone, it's you in that lower energy perceiving it that way. There's no way around that. Energy matches energy. So you got to just be consistent with the practices. Just keep doing them. If you really want to move towards more positive experiences, you got to stick to these types of practices. All right, I'm going to end it at there and jump off so I can get to the food store that I was supposed to go to yesterday and I never went. So I want to go today. Oh, no problem, Maritza. I know, we're all trying to get it, girl. You're not alone. I had to do this stuff a lot, Maritza. Trust me, I've been there. I tested this out a million times. I did it with everybody, and it's all us in that moment. Like, you can have a fun experience with somebody or you can have a miserable experience with somebody, but it really is up to you. Like, what does Abraham always say? One who is in alignment owns the room. That is the truth. You own the room. And you know what? It takes a little bit of time to get a grip on these things, guys. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. I always say you just keep getting better at it once you know it, and just use everything in your experience to play around with it, to see how powerful you are. You'll start having more fun with it. You'll start having more fun with people in your life, and life will just start to become more fun. No problem. Oh, Linda, have fun with it. Who cares if you mess up, Linda? With your new words and the stuff you're learning, I always laugh at myself first. I would say nobody can make fun of me because I make fun of me first. So if you laugh it off, Linda, as you're learning these new things, you're like, oh my God, I said that so funny. And start laughing at yourself, you're going to have more fun with it. Make it more fun, Linda. Make it more playful. Like learning these new things, have fun with it. Start having more fun with life in general. Like I said, nobody can make fun of you if you make fun of yourself first. I always make fun of me first. Guess what? I already did, so it's not even funny anymore. All right, guys, everybody have a great rest of the day. I love you guys. Oh, Stacy. Hi, Stace. Definitely, Cece. All right, guys, everybody have a great rest of the day. I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow at some point, you know me. Oh, no, Claudia. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great night. Love you guys.